Hello there, it's Sean, and welcome to this week's live training. It is simply called Entry, and Entry is designed to solve one specific problem, which I will get into in a moment. If you are joining us live right now, drop a live in the comments. For those of you watching the replay down the road, drop a replay in the comments as well. And share with me if you are an appointment setter, a remote closer, a business owner that is setting and closing for yourself, or you are in a 9 to 5 and you're currently doing your research to make that transition this year. Do share with me your story so I can understand your situation better as well. And today's training entry is for you making that transition. And it is to solve one specific problem, which is I want my first legit offer, but I don't have prior experience. Even for those of us with actual sales experience or from B2B or from the corporate world, you'll find that it is not exactly the same game. There are a few hurdles to understand and cross over, and I will cover that in today's training. But essentially, to land that first legit offer, and I'm not talking about the teams that are not ready to scale. I'm not talking about the teams that haven't got their fundamentals dialed and they are not ready to hire. And if at that point, they're absolutely not ready and they just hire us for free just to do their VA work, just to spam cold calls, just to clean their inbox. These teams do not count. They're just kind of making use of us if you get what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about a offer that is on a team that is ready to scale. The offer has proven to help people. There are legit case studies, there are real testimonials, and the business owner himself or herself has successfully closed consistently for those offers. And it's like by hiring us, to set and close for them, it is to simply replace what is already working. That is my definition of a legit offer. And to get this offer without experience, it is so tricky because you get on interviews and they're going to test you, right? You join the teams and your prospects are going to test you. So to hold, it's not just to land, but to hold this position long term and actually get consistent results from this, how do I actually break through? Okay, so what I'm about to share, okay, I have to state that these results are not typical. Okay, everyone that has worked with me and gotten the results that you're about to see, all of us, myself included, we never had the advantage. We started from the very bottom. We are just like you, everyday people trying to build something on the side, and if it works, transition to do this all the way and eventually create and launch our own thing that we can completely deliver remotely. That is the ideal. That is the goal. That is remote independence. Okay, and all of us work from the very bottom to make it happen. We have Andrew, we have Jack, okay, that have just broken through using what I've shared today. It is a formula that all of us can duplicate if you put in the consistent, deliberate, intentional application. Okay, my training is not meant to be theory. Okay, there are actions to be taken, and if you just follow exactly the steps that I've laid out for you, okay, you will achieve the same results. Okay, that's Coley and Elaine, two of my best students. Okay, one in the both of their niche are really unique. Okay? Elaine is closing for an aesthetic medicine product. This is a product, a business that she has sourced for, and she partnered with them to get the rights to sell. Okay, so she's generating her own leads and she's generating her own sales. And in doing this, she can control her own calendar. She can control her own schedule because she has two kids that she needs to be present for. Okay, and this formula has worked for her. It has worked for Coley. Coley is selling for this offer that is really interesting because they take an idea that these business owners have and they create a prototype. Okay, they create physical products based on an idea that you have, and they will literally manifest the product into 3D, into 4D. So it's a big ticket product and it's a long sales cycle, but it is Coley's expertise, it is a strength, it is a passion, and she has made it work as well. Okay, Martine is in the fitness niche, and this is Wesker, who's in the personal branding niche. And I hope you can see that these are products that are, first of all, the closest are from different countries. The closes are in different time zones, and these are not just like closes selling closes on how to close closes. Okay, that's a whole different path. It is a bubble, and I do not recommend doing that. These are different products in different niches, and as of this screenshot that Elaine has just shared with me, she has crossed 20K in commissions collected. And bear in mind, this is a stay-home mom with 2 kids to take care of, and English isn't even her first language. Okay, so when we are on the outside and we are looking in, it's difficult to understand why some closes can make it work and others can't. Okay, what creates this gap? First of all, there are a lot of, I won't say all of them are like that, but when I was learning myself, I found that there are a lot of theory that are attractive. There's a lot of theory that's inspiring. It really motivates me. And then when it all ends and it's time for me to open up my computer and to actually send those messages, to make those calls, I realize that I can't implement. And we hop on those big Zoom coaching calls, and there's so many people. I cannot get my question in. They're rushing me for time. I cannot get that one-on-one to say, hey, coach, I heard that you've done this, so can you guide me step by step based on what you have done, and then teach me to model those specific steps. Personalize it to me. Don't give me any more theory. Don't give me any more motivation, because I have enough of those. Like, just simply guide me. And then a lot of times there's no reply. And in the end, it's like, okay, you know what? Since you can't get results, why don't you just resell the program for us? So what are these? These are closer programs. And if it hasn't worked for me, why would I then want to turn around and sell something that hasn't worked for me? Do you know what I'm trying to say? These are closer programs. By right, these closer programs should teach me to go out there and close business owners across different niches, different products, and create my success. If I haven't had that success, I haven't had that experience, how can I turn around and then sell those same closer programs that hasn't worked for me to other people, and then tell them, okay, you guys go and close, right? So the real value in making this transition is not just to close sales. It is the experience that you get in different teams. If you close for mindset offers, if you close for marketing offers, if you close for financial offers, relationship offers, have I said fitness already? But when you go through all these different offers, a lot of times you spend so much time in these different niches that you yourself benefit from them. Like for me, I close a lot for the mindset niche, offers and products and services in the mindset niche. And me immersing in that space for all those years, I myself became a consumer and practitioner of mindset. Same thing with organic marketing, with internet marketing. Because when it came for me, the time to launch my own thing or to rebuild my own martial arts business locally, I realized that I had all this experience that I can tap into. So you can look at this short term, I want to make a quick buck, or you can look at it long term, 5 years, 10 years down the road. I want to create my own thing. I want to build my own systems and assets and pipelines so that this remote independence can continue. It can be sustained. Okay? And a lot of times without this approach to building this business, okay, I look at it as a business. Without this intention, you don't have the skills, you don't have the substance, because you just want to get quick results. So don't be surprised if businesses don't reply. Okay? And when we have no experience, the first offer that we land is the most important. So that first win of business owner don't reply, business owner don't reply, business owner don't reply. And in this training, when I teach you how to create what I call influencer attraction, it is not just they reply, but they come inbound to us. That's right. They will actually come to you, message you and say, I've seen your work. I've seen what you have been doing. Can you tell me more about how you set and how you close? Because I am looking to scale and I don't know who I can trust. There are so many certified closers and setters out there, but from your work, from what you've seen, I know that you have no experience, but I'd like to know more about you. You have just created influencer attraction. Okay, and then I'll show you how you can get them on a first meeting, which technically is the interview, and then close them to let you close for them. This is how you can make it work while others can't. You can make it work even if you have no experience. And a lot of times after I joined the teams, I realized that the competition that I eliminated, so many of them had way more experience than I had. So many of them had way more wins and sales under their belts than I had. And I still managed to get in. Okay? All of that is really from who you are as a person and who you are as a professional. And your so-called personal brand is simply an amplifier. It simply amplifies who you already are. Okay? So what I'm about to share, I lived it. Okay, there are things that are actually done. So the screenshots that you see, the steps that I can show you are things that actually happen. So you'll see a huge difference between inspiring theory, okay, and grand motivation. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Okay, first of all, what you're seeing is simply a piece. Okay, it's one pillar. Okay, it's the strategy aspect of what is a bigger strategy, what I call my six-figure closer method. Okay, but I'm going to dive deeper into this macro strategy, okay, in a future training of mine. For today, I just want to zoom in into this section here called influencer attraction, which is specifically, I don't have experience and I need my first offer. Okay, can you show me how it's done? Okay, first of all, the pitfalls to avoid. Okay. This is what I call the one-dimensional closer problem. Okay, for a lot of us when we first start, we'll experience actually this problem of being a one-dimensional closer. When we set up our closer accounts and instead of attracting opportunities, all the closer coaches come to us and prospect us. So if we are only buying and investing and we are not implementing, eventually we are not really closers. We actually become the prospects. So it's really important to implement what you have right now. Okay, implementation is key. A level 1 that is consistently implemented will always surpass the level 100 that implements nothing. Okay, and a lot of us invest thousands in these theory courses or certification courses. A lot of us spend even more money buying guaranteed placements. How is it a guarantee if they don't deliver the placement, or even if they do deliver and you get placed and then the following week they pause the funnel, the following week there are no leads to close, or the following week I didn't hit my KPIs and then I got released? How is it a guarantee, right? And then so many of us spend all that time sitting in Facebook groups commenting on all the posts, and then we try to role play but we don't know who to role play with. Right, and I said earlier, those big inspiring Zoom calls, and then once the call ends, it's like, wait a minute, what do I actually do? So all this precious time and money just sent down the drain for nothing can be stopped right now. Okay, and if you're thinking like, of course, Sean, now you have, now you have years of experience, now you have the equity. Of course, you are confident to say that, oh, you can land opportunities, right? But for me, it's different. I'm in my rookie year. I have no experience. How can I make it work? So this is me in my rookie year. This is me with no experience. This is me literally reaching out to business owners cold. They don't know who I am. Okay. It's on the internet. They just see this person messaging them. They just saw this Sean Cena person online. Okay, and then they see more and more of me. And they start to understand who am I about. Okay, and then these messages came inbound. Actually, it was me that I didn't know who they were. They came into my inbox and they said, been seeing your content, and I don't know you, but I feel like you have something. Shall we have that initial conversation? And this trend was something that repeated all the time, even till today. I'm already not actively looking for opportunities, and these messages stemming from the content that I've created from years back, okay, they still come inbound. And I really have no capacity to take on these deals. Okay, so I just give it out to all my other students who need these opportunities. And the point here I'm trying to make is I did this. I know how to do it, which is right now, if I were to lose everything and I had to create a brand new account from scratch, and I have to actually let these business owners know that, look, I am not some superstar closer, I'm not some experienced closer, I'm actually quite new to this. Okay, I can duplicate this formula again and again to create this result, which is why the students that work with me, they don't need to buy placements. They don't need to learn some inspiring theory and hop on Zoom calls. I golden nugget you, you golden nugget me. We don't need to waste time doing that. Okay, this can be achieved in your rookie year. Okay, that's why I'm trying to say this is a difference between someone who has actually done this versus just theory. Anyone can say theory. Just DM business owners. Just go and add value. Just go and network with them, right? Just blah blah blah. Okay, can you show me how? So this formula comprises of three core pillars. Okay, in the central location, okay, the central pillar, it's really about creating this effect, okay, called the unique closer brand. And to be specific, it really needs to be unique. Okay, there's only one of me. There's there were so many people that were competing. When you apply for one position, there's typically 15, 30, I don't know, 50, hundreds of people applying to the same position. Especially if it's a good offer, the competition is going to be stiff, okay, it's going to be tight. That's why you as a closer, you really have to put out your best work. You have to be at your absolute best. You have to be disciplined, you have to be intentional, you have to be a true professional, because there are leads, there are calls that these influencers have spent tons of money to acquire, and they're just not going to hand this out to somebody who said, look, I got a certification, I bought my placement. Okay, no, they want the best of the best, and you have to really put in your due diligence to make it work. Okay, the three individual pillars. The first one is about your brand assets. This make you visible. Okay, they noticed me, or probably you noticed me as well. It's because I made myself visible. And there are a lot of people that try to copy this formula, and they only get the visibility right. So you see a lot of closers coming out and creating content and documenting their work, and you'll find that the result is not exactly the same. Okay, and I'll explain why when I dive deeper into pillar number one, which is our brand assets. Okay, these create the right type of visibility. Then you have pillar two, which is what I call tactical engagement. You don't just want random engagement. Okay, because the purpose of tactical engagement is to build a relationship. You can see from the tone of our conversations, we have something right there. And it was done, it was created organically, it was built sincerely. There's not some fancy technique. Okay, but I would say I built a pretty good relationship with all the business owners that I closed for. Minimum, I stayed with them for at least 1 year. And in that year, I learned so much. Okay, so you got to think long term. Pillar number three is about building what I call self-sufficiency. That's about leading yourself. If you want to lead others on a sales call, you have to be a leader of yourself first. And creating self-sufficiency is not just about leading yourself, it's about creating that long-term sustainability so that you can do this for years and years to come. Like I started in 2018, and right now it's already 2025, and I'm still in the game. Okay, and the rest of others who were in the beginning, they were, yay, I'm a closer for life. Okay, in 2 months they were out. Okay, So let's start with brand assets. Okay, and before that, I want to really talk about this, okay, which is to be real. If I were to look at your social media account right now, I just do like a quick audit. What is the first impression that I will get? Or what is the first impression that you might be giving to potential business owners that want to hire you? Do not behave like what I call those one-dimensional closers when they are posting a lot, but it is generic. It is noise. Okay, you got to understand, and this is such a huge shift to make. When you transition from a regular job or from the corporate world as an employee, okay, into remote closing, the first and most important shift that you have to make is to treat what you're doing as a business. It is a one-man business, yes, but it is still a business. And a business is not just about posting content. You are in the business of creating more sales for business owners. You are not in the business of creating content. So if you are a remote closer and you come in and you post reels every day and you post content every day, what are you signaling to the business owners when they check you out, right? You are not selling yourself as a real creator. You're not selling yourself as a content creator. You are selling yourself as a remote sales expert. And the promise, okay, why we want to do this brand? Brand is all about a promise and fulfilling that promise. So what is the promise you're making? You're saying, look, I'm Sean. I'm a remote closer. And the promise that I'm making you, that I will deliver, is I will help you create more calls and more sales. And the whole reason I created this training is I know that at a time where we don't have experience, the honest truth is we haven't done it yet. So then how do we make this promise to say that I can help you do it when I haven't do it? Because when you haven't done it, no matter how much you document, how much, uh, how many golden nuggets you try to show and say that today I role played with John and today John role played with me and I learned this golden nugget, which is mindset is really important, and that's my documentation for the day. Okay, doing this every day, it creates momentum. And then when the business owners look at your work, okay, they are not going to be impressed that, oh wow, you document hard. You know, they need to see a specific promise and they need to see that, okay, I think based on this promise that you're showing me, business owners are smart. They know that they can see where you are, and they don't mind that you're trying. They know that you're trying. They know that you and I are just doing our best. They can see where we are. Okay, but from the promise you make, you want them to go, okay, I think this person, even though he's trying and even though he's green, I would much rather trust him than all those superstar, rock star experience closers that I don't think I'm going to have a good time working with. Because first of all, I don't know if their results are real. Second of all, I don't know if they are overqualified. Third of all, if I don't know if they're so powerful, can they actually blend well into my team culture? Like, can I actually lead them? So it is precisely in your rookie year, I would say, that you actually do have a tremendous advantage to just be upfront and say, look, I don't want to lie and say that I'm some superstar closer. I want to be real and say that I've just got 2 months of training and I know that you have spent all this money running ads and you have all these leads, and I'm not here to say that, I'm going to take all these calls and I'm going to close 1 in 3, I'm going to close 1 in 5. That's not what I'm saying. But if you give me a chance, I can show you, okay, that the leads that you have given up on, the leads that have booked calls but haven't closed, the leads that are in your social media or bidding, or even the leads that I will bring to your company. Let me demonstrate what I can do. So in this scenario, you haven't done anything, right? But look at this from their perspective. They have absolutely nothing to lose. Because all these leads that are not attended to, they are going to be gone anyways. The leads that you bring to their pipeline, even if they don't close, they don't lose anything. So if you are these business owners and you have Sean on your team or you have yourself on their team, right? Would you much rather hire a superstar experienced closer and then they run the risk of not knowing how to deal with them versus you? Yes, you're green. Yes, you have no experience, but you're making this promise that with me on your team, first of all, you have nothing to lose, and I can help you get more. And even one extra sale this week is still more. Even two extra sales this month is more. Now, looking at this promise, okay, versus all the experienced closers, which you think have the advantage, versus all the other one-dimensional closers that are just working super hard, super hard. Instead of being closers, they're becoming content creators. Now, look at you. Who has the advantage now? That's why can you see how I made it work? And can you see how these guys made it work? We didn't waste time on big inspiring Zoom calls. We didn't waste time documenting. Okay? We went straight to find the business owners and we set them and we close them to let us set and close for them. What better way to show them that I can set and close by setting and closing them? You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, because at a time where anyone can brand, you open up your feed today, you see all the setters, you see all the closers posting. I zoom with you, you zoom with me. I golden nugget, you golden nugget. Now, this content, I have to say, they are not bad. Okay, it shows your work ethic. It shows that these closers are hungry. So to be clear, they are good. It's just that when everyone is good, now you are stuck in that same ocean of good. Then good becomes average and average becomes noise. Because imagine you are the business owner. You really need someone on your team right now because all your leads and calls are just overwhelming you and you need to hire someone you can trust right now. You open up your feed, what do you see? You see all of them documenting. It's not enough. Okay, so you need to demonstrate substance. Okay, think of it this way. When you wanted to invest in someone, when you wanted to buy into someone, you yourself as the prospect, okay, do you like it when they just inspire you and they never demonstrate and they say you can do it? Okay, we can do it, you can do it, we can do it, you can do it. Okay, can you demonstrate? And then they don't demonstrate. You don't like it yourself, right? So to these business owners, they are looking for demonstration as well. They want to see us demonstrate our clarity. They want to see us demonstrating our substance, even if we have no experience. They buy the same way anyone buys. They buy the same way you and I buy. So when I teach this unique closer brand, there are some people that try to copy it and they try to say that, okay, maybe we will, have a nicer photo. Maybe we'll do what Sean is teaching and then try to, personal brand ourselves. You can copy the technique, but if you don't understand why it works, okay, then what you will have is just the shell without substance. So you hear people say, just go and personal brand, or just do this, just do that, just network, just add value, just be creative. When they copy and they don't understand, it's not gonna work. Okay. Whenever I show my personal brand, I don't just throw stuff out. I don't just put up a reel and say that I role play with this person and acquire this piece of golden nugget. I don't just do that. Okay. There is a specific place that I want my ideal client to go to. And that one page, you see, I'll always put a link. I'll always show a link. And this link is to send my ideal client. Okay. You know who your ideal client is? Your ideal client are not these other closers. You don't go and add all the other closers. Okay, you don't go and add all the closer coaches. Your ideal client is one person and one person only, and that is that business owner who is dialed and ready to hire their next setter or closer. So all my content is not just documenting for the sake of documenting. I want to send all of them to my authority page where I can demonstrate my substance, demonstrate my unique closer brand, which is you want to do a triage call, demonstration. Here's how I do it. Okay, if you want to see, you can go to seansina.com/demo. Don't copy what I've done, okay, but just model after it. Okay, and it is demonstration. I'm not saying that, oh, you can do it, I can do it. You can do it, I can do it. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm saying this is exactly how I do it. Okay, when you click on these videos, you will literally see me in action, live. Okay, it is a recording, but at the time it was done live with no rehearsals. It was the actual call itself. So people can see. They can see your demonstration. Okay, and I'm not going to put everything here. I'm just going to put maybe 2 or 3 of my best work, my best wins. And as I improve, as I get more experience, I'll simply take it down and just document. Take it down and document. And I'll just update as I go. And you might say, well, Sean, this authority page, how does it work? Okay, to be clear, you just need one simple page. Okay, all the social media links, okay, that I'm using to create content. Okay, this is my closer profile and I create content. Okay, I document my wins. Okay, this is my LinkedIn. This is my closer Instagram account. All this content is not just content for the sake of content. I'm taking all that traffic, okay, and I'm putting them in to funnel everyone into my one pager. And you can see it is just one page. You don't need 2 pages, you don't need 3 pages, you don't need 4 pages. And if you're like Sean, I don't have the ability to create such a website like yours. Like, do I need a website? Do I need to pay? No, you absolutely do not have to do any of these. It can be something as simple as one Google document. Keep it raw, keep it simple, keep it ugly, keep it authentic. Simplicity is really your friend here. The influencers are not looking for a web designer, just like they are not looking for a content creator. They are looking for someone who can bring them results in sales. So they are looking for the content. They are not looking for any fancy logo or website. A simple one-page Google document is all it needs. Okay, and if you reach out on social media and you send me your Google document, I will be able to provide you personalized guidance on what you have already done. So go and draft something first so that we don't have to waste time on big inspiring Zoom calls. We can go straight to creating the key. Okay, because for a lot of my students, okay, it is even myself, okay, it is the business owner. They see the authority page. So by the time they come inbound, they already know 50% of who you are. They already know 50% of what your process, your philosophy, what you have done. They are halfway sold. They are halfway sold. And if you think about it, isn't this closing? Isn't this setting? When I use this to get them on the call, they ask me, how do I know you can get someone on a call? And I'm like, didn't I just get you on a call with me for this interview? And they're like, oh, I didn't realize, right? How do I know you can close? Didn't I, use the psychology of closing by selling you the problem? Then I sold you the process. Then I sold you the solution. Isn't that closing? Right? So go straight to the demonstration. Don't waste time doing what the one-dimensional closers are doing. That's like the whole 4 months wasted just circling around could have easily moved you up the learning curve. You know what I'm trying to say? So your biggest asset is this one authority page. Don't fuss over it. Just create the first draft. Keep it raw, simple, and ugly. Then just send it to me immediately. You probably only need like 20-30 minutes to do a simple write-up. Okay? If you're thinking, well, Sean, in that 20 minutes, what should I put on my Google document? Okay? Your first draft doesn't need to be perfect. I seriously just want you to draft something ugly and send it to me like immediately after this training ends, okay, don't go anywhere else. Just do your Google document. Find me on Facebook. I'm sure you know where to find me, or Instagram. Okay, and send me your Google document. In that same one day, we can finish it right there and then. Okay, don't waste any more time. And in its finest version, okay, when I help you to build it, your authority page, okay, should have the following things. You want to have 3 demonstrations of quality calls being booked via conversations. And I have this folder. I'm not sure if you've seen it in my other trainings, and I can share with you as well for free. When I documented all my conversations that I used to book someone, whether it's using my account or someone else's business, I'm able to use text to get someone on a sales call. And I demonstrated it. I screenshot everything. And I archive them on my one pager. I archive them on a folder. And you need at least one complete sales call documented and uploaded right here so that people can see how you're close. And then if you want the classic objections, time, money, and spouse, record like a 2-3 minute clip and put it up here. Okay, then you might say, but Sean, I'm not in a team right now. How do I produce this? Right? I haven't done a call. How do I produce this? Okay, you can work with me, or you can find someone else to say, let's role play. Okay, and you can role play the text conversation itself. You know what I'm saying? So it is a text conversation, but it is a role play. It is a sales call, but it is a role play. And if you were to upload these role plays or these screenshots onto your one pager, I want you to be completely transparent and be fully responsible to say that, dear business owner, what you are seeing, these screenshots, they are not real. These sales calls, they are not real. These are role plays that I'm doing with my coach or my mentor or someone else, okay? And while they're not real, I hope that these can demonstrate how I book sales calls and how I close, okay? By being transparent, by being responsible. You might say, but Sean, you know, these are not real. You know, how will they be sold on me? Because they are just role plays. You know, these business owners, they have done this for long enough. They have enough experience that just by looking at your work, they can tell that, yes, even though it is a role play, okay, I can tell that you know what you're doing. And I would much rather partner up with you than some rockstar closer that is uncoachable. A lot of these companies, they hire for character, they hire for work ethic, they hire for our attitude, they train us for the skills. So just by demonstrating our substance this way, as opposed to one golden nugget, 2 Zoom calls, okay, they would much rather work with someone like us, okay, than those other one-dimensional closers. Okay, so demonstrate your substance and you will cut through all the competition, even if there are way more experienced people than you and I. Okay? So as you continue to get wins, then you take down your role plays. The more wins you get, you take down your artificial screenshots, and then you put up the real ones. Okay, and now you're legit. Now you have experience. Okay, now it becomes easier and easier to open conversations. But in that awkward phase, do up your authority page. Okay, a lot of times just by doing your authority page, you yourself become so clear on your craft that you become confident, and that shines through as well. Okay, so this is pillar number 1, your brand assets. Then use your social media to then create visibility. Now you can start posting. Now your content actually has a purpose. Now your daily posts can actually bring people somewhere, as opposed to just staying there and just looking at your content for the sake of looking at your content. You don't want them to stay there. You want to funnel them into your authority page. And backed by your authority page, pillar number 2 is to build this skill, tactical engagement, because backed by the support of your authority page, now you have this behind you, right? You're not depending on some guaranteed placement. You're not depending on some course. You are depending on your unique closer brand. Then you go on the hunt. Then you go on the attack. These people, they are not looking for our cert. They're not looking for our nuggets. They're not looking for who does the most Zoom calls. They are looking for specific things. Okay, these are the specific things. So now when you go on the hunt, people actually reply. When you send messages, now they actually give you the respect you deserve. Now they take you seriously. Because you got to understand this, that every other closers, when they go on the attack, okay, I receive 5 and 10s of these messages every single day. Can I close for you? Can you give me something? Can you teach me something? Can you tell me something? The very first message they send is already taking up time, taking up energy. They're asking first. Okay, so by you giving something of value, when you go on the attack to say that, look, I'm not one of those guys that are coming to spam you. I know that time is precious. I know that your leads are precious. I know that you've spent money acquiring these leads. I'm not here to waste them. I'm here to demonstrate, okay, on one or two of your leads that you don't want anymore, that book calls but didn't close, that you think are gone case leads. Okay, let me show you how I do it. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Okay, and if this works, you're gonna have, 1, 2, 3 more sales extra every week, if not every month. Okay, and then if they turn around and ask you, how do I know that you can close? You do what I said earlier, which is, didn't I successfully get you on? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I got you on this call. I got you here, right? I got you interested in my content, in my process, and isn't this closing? Right? So again, what I'm teaching right now, what I'm sharing with you today is not theory. Because I've actually done it again and again. I can help my students do it. I can help you do it. Even if today I were to create a brand new account from scratch, if today I were to lose everything, this is exactly what I would do. I will build my authority page. I'll demonstrate my substance. Okay, I will put up my best content. Then, once you do that, don't be surprised. Okay, people are watching. I never knew Carl, my first influencer, was watching. I never knew Mark, my first influencer, was watching. I never knew Saba, my third influencer, was watching. I never knew. Every time I post, no likes. Every time I post, no engagement. And I will feel demoralized. I'll be like, well, no one sees my stuff, right? Then suddenly, one of them, even till today, they still do that. They'll come in and say, I've seen your work for a while now. Are you closing for anyone? Would you like to close for me? It's always because of your brand assets. Okay, quantity is not the key. Quantity doesn't mean anything. Anyone can do quantity. You really need to demonstrate your clarity and your understanding. Okay? Once they see that, they can tell. Even if you have no experience, they can still tell. When they reach out, you win. Because why? They come inbound. And you got to understand this, which is as soon as they come inbound and they tell you about their company, don't ask, don't take. Don't say, can I close for you? Okay? Go and research their company. Okay? And show them that, look, I know who you are now. I know what you are about as well. And here's what I think. Here's how I think we can get more calls. Here's what I think we can do to get more sales. By doing this, you are not focusing on yourself. A lot of closers will, okay, tell me if you relate to this, but a lot of closers will just keep talking about themselves. Me, this is what I am, this is what I want, this is who I'm about. They keep talking about themselves. It's because they are learning from people that never actually done this before. Okay? When I did this, I focused on Carl. I focused on Mark. I focused on Saba. By focusing on them and how they can win, they start to realize that, okay, this candidate, he's a go-giver. The 10 other guys that I interviewed, they have experience, Some of them are rock star closers that close millions of dollars, but whatever. I can see that this Sean, or this person applying to me, he is a go-giver. He's focused on my company's success. So all of a sudden, from maybe position number 8 or 9, you're climbing up to 3, 2, and 1. You start to eliminate all those passive closers, lazy closers. So what if they have experience, right? You have already started to eliminate them, okay? Same for Mark. The second offer that I closed for, now I had some experience, but he had a problem, okay? He had no funnel. And instead of being like everyone else, and I don't know who is teaching this, okay? When you learn from theory closers, that's what theory coaches, that's what they're going to teach you. They say, oh, you disqualify them, okay? I needed Mark more than Mark needed me. Mark was closing mindset offers that was created by Bob Proctor. And I still am a lifelong Bob Proctor follower. Bob Proctor's products have completely changed my life. He's not around anymore, so our newer audience might not know who he is, but if you just go check out Bob Proctor's style, you'll see that this is a mindset influencer. I needed to close for this product. I needed Mark more than Mark needed me. So who am I to, disqualify this person, disqualify that person when I myself needed this opportunity? So I changed that approach and say, no, how can I help you? You have no funnel, so how can I help you get more calls? So I went on LinkedIn, I went on different apps, okay, and I went to talk to people, and I went to funnel all of them to Mark. Using the experience that I had from Carl, because Carl taught lead generation. Carl taught me how to prospect. So I used that experience to help Mark. And then I used the same thing to help people get on Mark's team as affiliates. Okay, and then we built a team of affiliates, and that became our sales team. We had a core inner team of salespeople, and then we had an external affiliate team. And together we made so much sales, okay, that we helped Mark to win a silver pin award, which is at the time is a milestone for closing a certain amount of sales. And you got to understand, Mark at the time, he wasn't very established as well. Okay, so I didn't disqualify him. I focused on helping him. And in that process, when you turn problems into opportunities, you yourself learn. You see, sometimes on our feed, you have people complaining, they're talking about problems, and some of them will laugh, right? Because it's funny and it creates engagement. But really, who's going to bring the solution? Then when it's time to solve these problems, who's going to do it? So you and I got to be the one that say, well, you know what? Instead of being someone who complains and makes fun of problems, we are going to be agents of growth. We will think of solutions. We will create results. We will generate leads. We will generate conversations. We will generate sales. Now, when I share these stories, are you surprised why they reply? Are you surprised why they take me seriously? If I were to do the same for you, you would probably take me seriously as well, because I'm bringing substance to the table. I'm not bringing generic noise, right? Same for Sabah, and by this time I had even more experience. Now I can set. Now I can close. Now I have experience building sales teams. So I took all of that and I created communities. I created farms to say, you know what, outside of the leads you give me, I'm going to build these initiatives to bring in more leads and sales. Because of this, she said, well, since you're able to do that for me, I don't care what time you come to work. I don't care what time you take calls. As long as at the end of the day, you hit the KPIs, I don't care what you do. And now, after 3-4 years of paying my dues, I could finally relax and say, well, I will take 5 calls every day at this time. And the Calendly was my Calendly. It's my Calendly. I get to choose my hours. If there's a time that I'm not happy with, I can reschedule and say, well, can you do this slot at my time instead? This gave me the freedom to design my professional and personal life, because my passion is sports. My passion is martial arts. My goal is to rebuild my martial arts business, which is the same business that folded because I did not have these skills. And now that I have these skills, I wanted to create my own life. And these experiences, I didn't go around selling closer programs that didn't work for me to closers to close more closers. I went around closing for different niches: mindset, personal branding, internet marketing, Facebook ads, personal development. This is what I call long-term remote independence. So the 1D closers, the one-dimensional closers, they're all thinking short term. Can I close for you? Can I set for you? Can you teach me this? Can you give me this? Complete closers go the long term. Complete closers think, how can I help you first? Because I know if I am of value to you, you will help me back. If I give, it's a law of value. You see, you just look at the last few years, okay, look at the people in your life. You will see this pattern, okay, that those who consistently violate the law of value, their life just keep going more and more downhill. Those that get better and better at giving, their life go uphill. Okay, their life go upwards. So the more that you can give, the more that you can get. I didn't get this because of quick wins. I got this because I learned, okay, how many more leads can I bring into their pipeline? How many more calls can I contribute? And in doing so, my skills improved. My experience points went up. So then I went back to my one pager. I went back to my authority page. I took down the initial ones, right? And then I keep improving my portfolio. I took it down. I keep improving my portfolio. Then I use my content to drive more traffic into this. Okay, isn't this setting and closing? Right? So what better way to demonstrate your skills than to build your unique closer brand? So when you don't have experience, you have the most advantage. Because entry is about doing all of this to create that first win. And you got to understand that all of this can happen only because of my first offer. All of this can only happen because of your first offer. And your first offer, or all the offers that you will attract, they will always mirror who you are as a person, as a professional. I noticed this myself, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, okay, you see that Instagram doesn't lie. You can see my very first post, okay, I had no experience. I was very green. I didn't know what to say, okay. So you see this very first one, July 19, 2018, okay. At this point, the opportunities that I got, okay, they weren't very good because I was green. And when I got better and better 1 year later, I started to attract better opportunities. 2 years later, 3 years later, okay, I would get better and better opportunities because I myself up-leveled. It is the law of value. It is always there in our life. Okay, you will notice this in your own life as well, right? When you were at a certain stage of your life, you notice that the things, the people, the events, the coincidences that you attract, it's because of where you were at that time. Then as you yourself develop, you notice that things start to improve as well. Okay. Pillar number 3 of the unique closer brand formula, okay, is self-sufficiency. This is really key. Self-sufficiency happens when we as closers, we can set, we can close, we can build an independent pipeline. Okay, this is the state of remote independence. So this is a really important question, and I would like you to write down your answer and then share it with me. You can either comment below or reach out on social media and send it to me privately. It's not so much for me to hear. It's really for your conscious and subconscious mind to really just put that specific decision down so you can laser focus your energy into making this happen. One-dimensional closers, they don't do this. They like to circle around and follow the herd, follow the trend because it is comfortable, it is comforting, and it is distracting. This is not easy. That's why very few people do it. But let me ask you these 2 questions right now, which is exactly when do you see yourself? And there are no right answers, there are no wrong answers. Do not use my answers. Do not be afraid to think for yourself. Don't use your friends' answers. Personally, for me, I took 4 months, okay, to feel like I really got the hang of this. Okay, for my rookie year, to say that, okay, I can book 1 sales call now. Okay, I can close 1 complete call and master as many variations as I can for 1 call, book one call, close 1 sale. Okay, to learn the whole process, to memorize every phase, I took 4 months, but you might be much faster than me. I don't know. Okay. But when are you watching this training? And when is the precise date? I want the precise date and the precise time that you see yourself completing this learning curve, because this needs to go here. This needs to go on your authority page. Your authority page, okay, is supported by your content, and the business owner that's going to hire you is going to see your substance. So by when am I going to see this? By when are you going to see this? Give me the precise date and the precise time. And when that date and time comes, I want to see your authority page. Is this a fair thing to ask for? Or would you much rather just document all the golden nuggets for years and years and then you never get to this point? Which do you think is the better strategy? If you want to work with me, okay, once your Google page, your one-pager Google Doc, okay, whatever you use is done, reach out on social media. Find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Okay, I believe you know where to find me, and send me your declaration. Send me your deadlines. Send me your one-pager. Is that a fair request? Okay, so to recap, pillar number 3, the self-sufficient authority page. Okay, you should show the screenshots of you booking calls, okay, or at least the text conversations. Okay, show how you close a call, the classic objections. Okay, demonstrate it. Okay, and a simple write-up. I don't want some long essay. Okay, and write about your ICA. You know what's your ICA? It's your ideal client avatar. That's the one business owner that has a perfect offer for you, that's ready to scale, that wants to hire you. Okay, don't write about me. Write about your ICA. Talk to your ICA directly. Okay. Once your authority page has these 4 things, okay, no fancy website, no fancy logos, keep it simple, keep it ugly, keep it raw, to the point. Okay, if you don't have these wins, then do role plays, do artificial conversations, but put up a big fat disclaimer and say that full transparency, these are not real calls, these are not real conversations, these are role plays that I've done with my coach, my mentor, my partner, to demonstrate what I can potentially bring to the table. It's not as powerful as a real close, okay, but you're showing your transparency, you're showing your work ethic, you're showing your qualities, you're showing your substance. At this point, quite frankly, this is all we have. Okay, so we've got to make the best of what we have to get that first opportunity. The first one is the one that's going to help us win. Okay, do not wait around. Do this once this premiere ends. Once you finish the replay, immediately get to work. It's just a Google Doc. Okay, it's going to take you just 20 minutes. Okay, so recap. Pillar 1, your brand assets, your authority page. Pillar 2, give first. Okay, backed by the support of your authority page, reach out with business owners, but do not take, do not ask, do not pitch. Give them something of value first. Show them what you can do. Make it about them. Okay, then once you complete your authority page, you'll find that in the process of me learning how to do this, in the process of me recording this, uploading this, I actually got the hang of it. You know, I became clearer. If you want to test me on an interview, time, money, spouse, objection, I'm ready. If you were to ask me, what if the prospect says this? I know how to do it. If you want to challenge me on any variation while building my authority page, I already prepared for it. Okay, so when you attend interviews, you actually have the substance ready. You will not be caught off guard and then be disqualified by the interviewer. So it always goes back to this question, okay? It's not about the theory that you give, okay? What is the demonstration that I can see? Okay? Before you land an offer, you are the offer. Okay? How you set and close before you have an offer says everything about who you are when you do have an offer. You're already showing how you close. Everything is closing. So this is the unique closer brand formula. It's what helps you achieve entry in this transition to our remote sales space, your brand assets, tactical engagement, and self-sufficiency. Okay, the things that I've built over the last 7 years has given me remote independence. These days and moving into the future, everything is online. A buying decision is always oftentimes a direct buyer conversation, completely online. Okay, so in the future, I'll drop a macro training to show you my full six-figure closer method. But for today, we're just zooming into what I call the influencer attraction. We want to create influencer attraction. We want to attract them inbound. We want to create authority. We want to pull them towards us. Okay, we are inbound closers. Isn't that what we should do? Okay, we don't want to push them away. So send me your authority page, okay, and then I will work with you to build your assets, okay, to build your call demonstrations, to build your conversation screenshots, okay. And if you want to go one step further and work with me, I have documented every single step of what I did in this program. I call the influencer attraction system. Okay, the influencer attraction system is what I've used to land opportunities. It's what my students have used to land their opportunities. If you head over to seancina.com/IAS, you'll land on this page, seancina.com/IAS. This is the unique closer brand program. And for a one-time payment of $100, you click on this button here, you'll land on the cart. Okay, this is where you put in your details. This is what the members area looks like. Okay, there are two core programs that can help you achieve what I've built. The first one is the unique closer brand. Okay, you will get the scripts, you get the templates, you get interview examples, you will get every single thing. You gotta understand, these are documentation. This is documentation. There's no theory. Okay, there's nothing that you can't implement. It is action focused. It is implementation focused. Step-by-step guidance. Okay, one, the unique closer brand, and two, the influencer attraction system. Okay, because it's not just about landing the opportunity. A lot of people is like, yay, I've landed an opportunity, and then the next day or the week afterwards, they're out or it doesn't work for them. So to go the distance, you need systems. To go the distance, you need assets. And what I've documented in this program will help you to establish yourself and go the distance long term. Any example, any template, whether it's an email, a message, a piece of content, some brand asset, or how to handle interviewers, how to handle recruiters, how to handle business owners, and after you join, how do you continue to build more calls and sales, I have got you covered. Okay, so head over to seancina.com/IAS and you can get the unique closer brand program if this is something that you want to get for yourself. Otherwise, find me on social media. Okay, I'm going to put the link of this program in the description as well, so feel free to check that out. Okay, otherwise, send me your authority page. Okay, whether you become a client of mine or not, the fact that you've taken this past hour to study my training, okay, if you take the time to do the work, I will take the time to review your work. One-on-one, personalized support from me, okay, with no sales pitch, with no upsells, okay, with no bait and switch. You've taken the time to do the work, I will take the time to look through it. Until next time, it's Sean Cena. This is Entry, and I will see you in my next video.